Well, I am Satish Rajput. Welcome to my YouTube channel, that is Gyan Sagar GS. So today we will study ninth class NCERT Economics Chapter 1, that is the story of village Palampur. So here the Palampur is a imaginary village which we took as an example to understand the economy, how the economic will work. Before I begin, I would like to tell you that economic are dependent in three sectors: primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. So the main in India, the main work will be in first tertiary sector and primary sector. So in India, secondary sector is weak. So when I say secondary sector is weak, it means that manufacturing or factories are less as compared to primary and tertiaries. So in primary sector we mostly use raw material, like if you want to make bread, we take wheat from agricultural land. So like this we use wheat in primary sector as a raw material. In secondary sector we use this wheat to make breads. And tertiary sector is mostly a service sector, like education, hospitals are come under tertiary sectors. So here we took a example. Here is a village called Palampur. So here is some activities of primary sector and secondary sector is going on. So here dairy production, manufacturing, transport, etc. are all available. This village contain electricities, transport facilities like roads, and all natural gases, man-made items, human effort, money, etc. is available in this village. So and also bullock carts, tractors, and small factories, cars, to four-wheeler, tractors, trucks are used in these roads to transport production of the primary sector. Primary sector means agriculture, farming sector. So here electricity plays the main role to help the primary sector. The most of the house have electricity connections. Electricity power is used in tube wells in the field, so that they can use water for the agriculture. And here they are given primary schools example and high schools. So primary schools, schooling and hospital will come under tertiary sector, and this is called human capitals. So this is called human capitals. For this we will study this human capital in another chapter. So now we will discuss how this primary sector help. Aim of the production is produce the goods and services that we need. So this sector means organization of production. Before the product will come to our hand, the main focus is that goods and services that we need. So how it will come to our hand is the main questions. So here I will give one example. Suppose you are a farmer and I am a businessman, and I have a factory of clothes. So you are a farmer, I need cotton from your field. Okay, I need cotton from your field. So now I come to you. So for cotton, for crop, you means for production of cotton, you need what? First land. So you need first land, then second you need labor. So first you land to yield the crops, then second you want laborers to cut the crops. फिर require फिर in secondary sector means in secondary sector we need skilled labor. So in primary sector, in agricultural field, we not need much means what we call skilled labor. Only in normal labor we can use it in what primary sector in farming we can use. But in secondary sector we need skilled labor. Suppose skilled labor means here you can see the factory photo. The several labor is engaged with heavy machines. So this requires stitching and making of cloths, fabric. This needs a skills which and education also. So it depends upon the factory what they product means what they produce. They means make their needs, and the third require a physical capitals. When I say physical capital, you can see in the figure that this is a factory. Here you have skilled labor, but without machine, without a physical capital. Here is physical capital is machines, computers, tools, turbines, machines, tools, buildings. What we require to start a business, that is called physical capitals. So suppose I am making a company of clothes, textile company. So I need first building where I should start my work. Secondary I use tools and machines. So tools and machines I need so that I can start and produce a good fabric and quality of fabric. So this is called physical capital. This is called physical capital. And for the data and for entry the production means how much I produce, for that I need some technical means computer machines I need. So this all is came under physical capitals. So now raw material and money in hand. So suppose I started business, okay, and you are farmer and give me some raw materials like cotton. You give me as raw material, and I want to start this business. So first two things what I have means I have to means first I need your raw material, and secondly I need money so that I can start my business, as so that I can pay the workers before I start means before I get profit from the market. So fixed capital, already told that fixed capital is tools, machines, buildings are the fixed capital. Means fixed capital means fixed one times, only one time you have to invest in this. Later you don't means no need to invest in that again. So raw material and money is hand are called working capital. So before you get profit, you need some money to start the business and raw material to produce the business. And tools, unlike tools, machines, buildings are these are productions. So these machines are called production fixed capital. So one time this need, but in raw material and money you need time to time. Now after that, so we first we need labor. In farmer means in agriculture land we need means we need raw material. We took raw material, then we need physical capital means fixed capital. So we took machines and all so that we can make from cotton to fabric. Then we need some what machines and means raw material and money in hand so that we can pay laborer and the farmer. So this is called working capital. then the skill which are used in the factories, means these people who skill make cotton to fabric, these are called human capitals. So this we will discuss in next chapter. So identify the land, labor and fixed capital used in production. So here you can see land that make this company to take one time investment to building, and fixed capital is this one, that machine you can see in this, and the human capital are humans which are using their skills in these factories. So now we will come to land in is fixed. Land is fixed. So land will be fixed if you pay the land money for the land, and that will fix for your productions. Farming is the main production activities in Palampur. So farmer plays an important role in India. In Palampur, the 75% of the working are dependent on farming of their livelihood. So 75% of the people of Palampur are dependent in farming for their livelihood, for earning money, and others are distributed in factories or other skills. So 1 hectare, the standard unit measuring hectare land is hectare. So 1 hectare is equal to 1.5 acres. You can say in other language bika, guntia, and 1 hectare is equal to 1.5 acres. So for this production, increase in production, the village need more land to cultivate. So then this wasteland is converted into a cultivated land. Then we need, is there a way one can crop more from same land? So in this, see, for grow more crop in a season, in a year, so, we need what? There are 3 types of seasons: Kharif, Rabi, and Jaids. So in Kharif, mostly in rainy season, June to September, we grow the crops which is support to mostly jawar and bajra. So jawar and bajra are grown in rabi crops. After that we change the crops, and in rabi crops we yield wheat or other crops like maize. So this crop we are changing, this is called multi farming. So this is called multi cropping. Sugar, suppose here you grow, means this is a cash crop. Sugar cane is a cash crop. We call it as cash crop. Sugar cane is a use an raw material, and it is converted into gingery. This is called good in Hindi. Gingery or sugar. So this is how we use this material and how we will produce season wise. And in most of the place, if there is no tube well or there is no facility of boring, or means no current, then they will use this rainy season only for cultivation. So some area where that tube well is not available, they use only and they yield crop on dependence of rain. So mostly bajra and jowar require less water. So in ancient time, means in past medieval time, when there was no current, we use Persian wheel, where 2 bullocks cart will rotate around the means what called tube well, so that they can bring water from inside the well, and they can throw the water in the agriculture field. So now then later we discover motors, heavy motors. So the few motors are installed by the government. Then India took in 1970s, we took private motors. So here you can see the electronics come, means there means needs of demands of electronics motors. So later this you can see that primary sector is dependent on secondary sector on production. So interdependent, you can say that mutual profit, mutual dependent, so mutual dependent. So after that factory will produce motors, so that farmers can use this motor for their agricultural land, and they can produce more crops. So in Kharif, Rabi seasons, we in a 1 year we changes the crop is called multiple cropping. Now we talk about how to increase the production. So first, one what we'll do in Kharif season or in Rabi season, we changes the crop and produce the more and more what crops, means more and more crop we produce with the help of high yield seeds. So high yield seeds, what it will do, suppose you have 100 kg, when you not use when you not use this high yield production means seeds, that time if you use normal seeds, you will get production of 100 kg in 1 acres. So suppose you will get 100 kgs in 1 acres, but if you take high yield seeds, then the production will increase double or triple 3 times. So means before you are getting 100 kgs of wheat in a field, now with the help of high yield you are getting 300 kg in the production. So there is a huge increase in production. So high yield seeds are play important role in production of the farming, so production of the crops. So now farmer use cow dung. So naturally farmer use cow dung and natural fertilizer, which are easily available and which are very cheap for the farmer. But after the 1960, when this starvation arise in India, the farmer started using of high yield variety of especially in wheat and rice in present area of Punjab, Rajasthan and Western Haryana. And also this means demanded the chemical fertilizer. So we started using of chemicals fertilizer after 1960s. So remember this, we started chemical fertilizer after 1960s. So farmer of the Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh is the first to try the modern farming. This is called modern farming, where we are using high yield seeds and chemical fertilizer. Then later we used tractors, threshers, which made plugging and harvesting faster. So this tractor and machines we are used for the cultivation of the means what we call plugging of the plugging and harvesting of the land, so that can be work means more faster as compared to traditional farming. So today only this much. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to like my video. Thank you.